First of all, how you doing? All right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Okay. Governor, I guess the obvious first question to start out with, how are you and the family doing?
We're fine. We are safe. Our security is, the state police, and they have done an incredible job. And I'm grateful to them. And of course, the FBI, the brave men and women that put themselves on the line to make sure we stay safe. So we're safe, and we're incredibly grateful.
Give me the tick-tock here. When did you find out that this stuff was coming to a head?
All I can say is in the last few weeks. Because of the ongoing investigation and because it deals with my security, I don't want to share too much for obvious reasons, but I've been kept abreast of it, and I'm incredibly amazed at our law enforcement and how well they work together, the Eastern District and Western District at the federal level with the Attorney General's office and our state police and the FBI. It really was a heck of an operation, and I think it's important to recognize that none of those agencies had ever seen or done anything like this before. And this is, I think the seriousness of this and the collaboration are something that that we should all be, kind of mindful of.
This kind of stuff you never think about, do you?
Well, Tim, I knew this job was tough. I know that people aren't always going to agree with me when I have to make tough decisions. I never would have imagined a global pandemic. There are a lot of things about 2020 that would have been hard to get my head around a couple of years ago. And yet we're in this crisis and we're going to get through it. And I recognize that leadership matters, the words we use matter, and the environment we're in is dangerous for a lot of different reasons. And every one of us has to do our part to call it out, to say that we do not tolerate hate and violence. And I'm proud of kind of how it was handled today.
You chose your words very carefully, but you described these gentlemen who have been charged with conspiracy as sick and depraved. Why those two words, Madam Governor?
Well, Tim, these were people that have been plotting to blow up the Capitol, have been identifying and plotting to hurt and kill law enforcement, to kidnap and kill me, it appears. And so these are not the actions of, stable people. This is a depraved situation. It is incredibly violent. It is incredibly serious. And I don't think anyone can take it lightly. And I don't think that we should parse our words.
How does this change your life and your family's life?
I mean, Tim, I've got incredible security with the Michigan State Police. They take it seriously, and it alleviates a lot of stress for me, so I can keep my energy focused on doing the job. We've come a long way here in Michigan. We've saved thousands of lives. Our economy is one of the top 10 rebounds in the nation. Yet we have a lot of work yet to do in front of us, and so I'm grateful that I can rely on the Michigan State Police and not have to worry about myself.
Could you address the possible link, directly or indirectly, with the comments of the president and this personal incident in your family's life?
Well, I can say this, that words matter and actions matter. And leaders, whether it is at the state level or it is at the federal level or it is the local level, who fraternize with militia groups, who encourage them and give them comfort and incite them, are a part of what is happening in terms of the actions that played out today in the last 24 hours. And they are complicit. And every one of us needs to hold them accountable to that. Ronald Reagan, I quoted a Ronald Reagan speech that he gave to the NAACP, and he called it out. We need leaders who understand that this is antithetical to the American dream and our values, that violence and hateful rhetoric and bigotry is not tolerated in the United States of America. And that was Ronald Reagan who said that. And yet, I think he'd have a hard time recognizing a lot of the actions of some of the leaders of his party right now. We deserve better. And I know that there are leaders on both sides of the aisle who feel the same way that I do. And they need to be loud and active and supportive on this effort so that we understand We are the majority. And these small group of radicals do not represent who we are, and they should not be controlling our lives.
Governor, you've lived in this state forever. You know that this militia story has come and gone and come and gone. What is it about our state that fosters that kind of behavior and alleged conduct?
I can't answer that, Tim. I can just say it's not unique to Michigan. Michigan, it certainly is a reality here, but it's not only here in Michigan. We heard when the president said in his debate, stand down, stand by. That was a message to militias across the country. As we get closer to this election, we will be vigilant. We will make sure that people are safe. We will fight back any effort to intimidate voters. And we continue to take any threats against any person in our state seriously, and we will get justice.
You know, the president has asked his supporters to show up at the polls on election day to make sure that their absentee ballots are counted. Do you suspect that's the real reason he's asking for them to show up, Madam Governor?
You know, telling you what is truly in Donald Trump's heart and mind is not something that I think I would have any confidence I could be accurate with. I will just say this, that any efforts to undermine this election will not be tolerated, whether it is an effort to undermine our postal service or to stow fear and distrust around mail-in balloting, or to declare himself the victor before all the votes are counted. We will not tolerate that. We will have a fair election here. It will have integrity, and we will have a full accounting of all the ballots that are cast. And that is a great opportunity for me to remind people that right now you can vote. You can go to a clerk's office and vote in person if that's what you need to do. If you've already gotten your absentee ballot, fill it out and get it in soon. And if you can do either of these actions between now and Election Day, I encourage you to do that so we're not all packed together on November 3rd in the midst of a global pandemic. We want you to be safe. We want every vote to be counted.
Have you and the family turned your page on this incident, Governor?
Well, I can't answer that, Tim. Certainly we hope that justice is served, that their convictions are achieved. Obviously, the ongoing conversation around security will go well beyond this moment, but I am going to continue to stay focused on doing everything I can to keep Michiganders safe and keep our economy ramping up. We're in a strong position, but it's all very precarious. COVID-19 is still a very real threat. It is the true enemy. We are not one another's enemy, and we've got to continue to try to keep our numbers down as we hopefully get closer and closer to vaccines and better therapeutics.
Governor, you know I appreciate this opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate the chance to chat with you too.
Be well.
Thank you, you too.
Mm-hmm.